Good afternoon. Oh my goodness, again. Good afternoon from beautiful Miami. It's rainy Miami today. It's a little bit gloomy here today. My name is Miriam Isa Al Ali Zastapel. I put God first. This is my story, and I have a purpose. I help others embrace their authentic self to serve a bigger purpose. Everything I do in my life, from the minute I wake up in the morning to the minute I go to sleep at night, is in service of something bigger than who I am.
That's true. That's true. And my name is Alexander Zastapel, and my purpose is to bring out the strength in others so they can take full control of their life and gain all rights to their existence.
And guys, this is a Clear and Conquer Live. We come to you guys every single Tuesday at 12 p.m. Eastern. That's 8 p.m. Dubai time. And we come to you every single week with a topic that is going to be helping you with your life and business together. Every single technique that we are sharing, every single topic that we're sharing here is going to be helping you with that. And today's topic is not any different.
Yes, it's about thinking massive.
Massive, big.
This is so important for any problem that you have. In fact, if you've been having the same problems over and over and over again, that's because one of the reasons is you're not thinking big enough. You're not actually expanding your mind. It's insane.
And I'm going to tell you, like, this topic right here changed a lot in our business and also in our life. And I'm going to tell you, like, nothing, as our mentor Grant would say, it doesn't cost anything to think big. But we've been conditioned, unfortunately, to think small, to think average, to think that, oh my God, this is all my life is going to be. I'm going to go to KG and then go to high school, middle school, high school, and then I will go to college, get a degree, get married, have children, save for retirement, and die. People think like that. Most people are thinking like that. They don't think big and massive. And today, our intention is to help you guys think big and think massive.
Yes, and most likely you can find so many things on the web. You can find it on YouTube. You can find it on all these different platforms. YouTube's not so bad, but you can find a ton of negativity and people being scared, fear being put into your mind, and all of these things that you're supposed to be scared of. And it really distracts you from the big think. You're like, how am I supposed to think big when all of this is going on?
Right.
And the answer is you do it anyways. You think big anyways, because again, like Miriam said, it costs the same amount to think small as it does to think big. Okay, it doesn't cost anything else to think massive, to have big dreams. But what happened is someone influenced you to thinking that those dreams were impossible, because at the age of 6, hey, you were dreaming about amazing things, right? At the age of 6, you were like, I'm unstoppable. I'm going to be the king. I'm going to be the queen. I'm going to own Caesar's palace. I'm going to get a Ferrari, whatever it was, right?
Become an astronaut, become a doctor, become someone has become a hero, become a basketball player, whatever it is.
Yeah, become a veterinarian or a nurse. And they're like, oh, well, you don't make that much doing those things. In school's a lot. Well, what about owning a practice like that? You can help more people if you own the practice, right? So it's all about thinking big today.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you, if you are a small thinker, please leave, because this is going to be like, it's a warning. I'm warning the small thinkers here. If you are thinking small, this is not for you. Okay, I'm talking about the people who they feel inside them, oh my God, there is something bigger for me. I am here for something bigger. It's not only the life that I was conditioned to think about. I am talking to you. I'm not talking to people who will be like, what is this? I'm not talking to the naysayers, and I'm not talking about the people who are doing more in their lives. If you are happy with your average life, if you are happy with your 9 to 5, if you are happy with just saving for retirement, if you are happy with just going on a holiday once a year, okay, that's fine. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking about people who every single day for them is a life that they don't want to take a vacation from. You know, many of you guys take vacations because you want to leave yourself temporarily from a life that you don't want to be part of. Imagine every day is a vacation. Every day, imagine that you are running a business or working on a business, or you are in a career that you actually enjoy and it doesn't really feel like that. So, should you start with the first one, or should I start?
Yes, absolutely. I can definitely start. So this topic is about thinking massive, and it is absolutely critical to your success if you want to do big things, okay? So why do you need to think massive in the first place? Why is it that we need to think massive, okay? And the first reason is because it's going to be the solution to all of your problems, all of them, 100% of them. if you have these little problems that keep on coming to you every single week, every single month, every single year, it's the same problems. You're living paycheck to paycheck. You don't seem to be able to get in the right career path. You don't know your purpose. You don't know exactly what to do. You're still depressed. You're fearful. You don't have anything saved. You don't have enough for retirement like they tell you to do. All of these things can be solved by thinking really big. And what do I mean by that? I mean getting into places where you are forced to expand your mind. It's almost this thing that just happens because you are there. You put yourself in play. You put yourself in a position, in a location, in a spot, in a learning that you are allowed to think so much bigger. Okay. I remember when I went to GrowthCon for the first time. I remember when I went to some of the boot camps, all these events that I go to. Every single time that I do something to invest in myself, I think bigger every time. And I'm like, every time I go there, I'm like, dang it, I was thinking too small again.
Right.
And you're gonna feel the same thing. You're gonna be going into an event, and they're gonna be talking about all of this expansion in terms of $100 million, in terms of billions of dollars. Oh, Grant has 5.3 billion in real estate. You're like, huh? And it goes over your head, but that's because you are not putting yourself in those environments enough. Okay, you're not surrounded by people like Miriam and myself, William, that's producing the show. Shout out to William that produces to this show. If you want to follow him on Instagram, by the way, he has one of the most amazing tags, and it's at Wi-Fi. He has that. He has
Wi-Fi.
He owns at Wi-Fi on Instagram, so just follow him.
Without him, you guys are disconnected. I'm just saying.
Yes, that's true. And William's someone that thinks really big. He always has massive ideas, and he's channeling into a channel now. Like, he's using his ideas and expanding.
Right.
Because guess what? When you don't expand, you're contracting.
Right.
But again, this is something that is going to solve all of your problems. And I'm serious. It's going to solve all of your problems. If you're thinking too small, the money situation, all those things that I listed will not be solved.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you, like, it is the solution to everything. Like, every time, first, say for example, if your biggest problem, let's say, is making rent this month, all what you're gonna think about is making $1,000 or whatever your rent is, right? So you're only gonna focus on making 1,000. Thinking massive means, how about I make 10,000? How about I make 15,000? Why do I only focus on making the expenses? Why do you want to say, oh my God, I want that money to pay for this, or I want that money to get that experience? How about you have abundance of money? You know, and that's the idea of thinking big. Every single problem that you have will have a solution because you're thinking big.
100%. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't have anything else to add to that. So
yeah, that's again. So this is a very important point, guys. First reason is it's a solution for everything. When you think big, it's the solutions for everything, because creativity also follows, and a lot of different things that follows when you are thinking.
Yes, and commitment.
The second thing that happens when you guys actually think big, and why you should think big, is that your thinking, your ideas are, I love this one. Your ideas is higher and are more senior to the mechanics. Maryam, what are you saying? Yes, the ideas in your head are senior to the mechanics. To the mechanics as in the how. You have this amazing idea that can transform life, that you want to go ahead and help a lot of people with, but you don't know the how. And we don't know the how, we'll be like, I don't think I'm going to do it. I'll give you an example. One of my goals for my life before I leave this physical universe, as Maryam Isa Al-Ali Jasser, I want to help 1 billion people know about purpose. 1 billion, right? Now, if I'm gonna get stuck in the mechanics, I'll be like, oh my God, how can I reach 1 million? I don't even like have that many followers on social media. Not many people know my name. What if I fail? People will make fun of me. 1 billion people know about me. They will hate on me. There'll be a lot of haters. So this is, again, you are giving reasons for why it's not gonna work. But my intention is I wanna help 1 billion people know about purpose. Notice I say know about purpose, not find a purpose. I want 1 billion people to know that there is something called purpose, a calling, right? And because this idea is so big, I'm not stuck in the mechanics. Many of us, we are thinking big, but we are stuck in the mechanics. One way that we do every single day to remind ourselves of our goals is we write our goals every single day twice. We write our goals in the morning and we write our goals in the evening. Why? Because it keeps that goal in check, even though it doesn't make sense. Sometimes maybe you don't have that much money, or you don't have that much influence, or maybe you don't have that much attention. You have it, but you don't have enough of it. And when you don't have enough of it, you'll be like, so what can I actually do here? What can I actually do to get even more expansion? But you don't get stuck in the mechanics. When you get stuck in the mechanics of how am I gonna do it, how am I gonna make it, how, that's why many of you guys are stuck where you are, because you're thinking about the how. You're not doing anything. You want to start a PhD. How? Who's gonna fund me? Oh my goodness, they're not gonna give me a scholarship. And then you know what? 5-10 years later, you didn't do a PhD because you didn't even do anything. You didn't start a research. You didn't go see people. You didn't come talk to me because I've had an experience with that. And I'm gonna tell you, the idea I want to tell you, your ideas are much bigger than the mechanics. It is much bigger than the mechanics. The minute you say how, you kill it. The minute you say, how am I going to execute that idea, you literally kill that idea, because they're going to start being logical. And I promise you, many things, and if I'm going to talk about you and I, doesn't make sense. Logically, physical universe, it doesn't make any sense. It's just because it was an idea and we had our intention. We're going to talk about intentions in a bit today, and because of that intention, we got to that. So think about how many ideas you have. Maybe you have a great idea. Maybe you want to become a billionaire. Maybe you want to earn like 50,000 units in real estate. Maybe you want to own a mansion like us. Maybe you want to go ahead and own that. I don't know the name of that plane. I just like how it looks like.
It's a Bombardier 8000 Global.
It is sexy.
Yes.
Okay? I'm just saying. How are we going to get there? We don't really know right now. All what we know is that we are doing something these days to get to that. Like, for example, I don't know how I'm going to get to the 1 billion, but here's what I can do today. I show up every day. I show up on every social media platform. Some of you guys see me every single day. Oh my God, Miriam on Ali's live again. Oh my God, Miriam's posting again. Oh my God, look at Alex. He's talking about accountability again. Look at Alex. He has a different workshop. So we are seeing there is a noise there.
Mm-hmm.
And when you understand that your ideas is much bigger than the mechanics, you're going to find a way.
100%.
I promise.
100%. You'll find a way. You'll find a way. Like everything that Miriam said, I hope everybody's taking notes. You should always be taking notes whenever you're doing something like this.
Not lying in your couch. Some of you, I see you.
Yes. And to Miriam's point, like the idea has to be senior to the mechanics. We talked about problems, right? But life can't just be about solving problems all of the time, because that is mechanics. Okay. It has to be you have to be excited. You have to be wanting to wake up in the morning. You have to be wanting to go to the gym for a reason. And that is going to come from ideas. It's going to be the reason.
Let's go.
Yes.
That's it. Thank you so much, Wi-Fi, for showing our play. That's exactly the way we have.
That should inspire you. Like, why don't you deserve something like that? And this isn't something, by the way, the plane specifically, it's something that we want and we're going to get. But there are bigger things that excite us, because if materialistic things are going to excite you, you'll find once you get the materialistic thing, you're going to get bored of it really fast. Like whatever it is, it doesn't even matter what it is, and then you're always going to want something else.
Mm-hmm.
So like the plane very much excites me, and it's an amazing plane. It's a beautiful plane.
He sold me.
Yes, and
and you sold me on the mansion too.
Yes, but like our excitement, our why, our purpose doesn't have that much to do with the materialistic things. It's a small percentage. Like what's more important is having people like William around us, our friends Julian, Alex, Sean, Autumn, Nat, Gary Brecca, Arya. Yeah. So all of these people, that's senior. If you want to talk about senior to the airplane, for me, it's helping 1 billion kids with education is senior to an airplane, right? But it's something that we still want. Like you should be having your ideas. We're talking about ideas right now, not problems. They should be exciting to you. Like the ideas that are in your head all the time, you should be excited to get out of bed. You should be excited to go to work. Okay, you should be excited to start the business that you know you're supposed to be starting. Okay, when you keep on focusing on the mechanics, you are going to be stuck in this little cube. Imagine yourself in a little cube. You won't get outside of it. And for a lot of you, your cube is your environment that you're in right now, your home. It's comfortable. Okay, it's your friend group. It's comfortable. Okay, but in order to reach these ideas that you know you have, that you gave up on, but you can start living again right now, you can start dreaming about them right now, you can just do it right now. Do it, right? Those are what should be exciting to you. Those should be what you're focusing your attention on, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. You should be focusing so much on those that you're like, oh my gosh, I'm worried about this $50,000 debt I have. I'm going to 500 million. Like, why am I worried about 50,000?
Right.
Okay. But people get stuck because it is reality and they have the excuses. Yeah, but Alex, yes, but this, but this, but this. If you do the yeah, but, you're never going to be doing the yeah, but how do I handle this $500 million problem?
Exactly. Wow.
Okay. So just take that in. Okay. But again, the idea is senior to the mechanics, like Miriam said.
100%.
Yes. So number 3, okay, is your reality is limited by your limitations. Okay, so the reality that you are in is limited to the way you think. If you're thinking small, you will continue to have the small problems. You're going to have the small dreams, the small goals. You're going to be like, oh yeah, having $1 million is good enough. Like that's better than my neighbor. That's better than the person next door. So yeah, it's good enough for me. And when you're thinking like that, you're limiting yourself from blossoming into something extremely massive and to someone that can really help so many people. Okay, you're knocking yourself down. And you want to know what else happens with limitations? Your environment. Your environment limits you.
Yes.
Okay, this is the one that I really want you to know about because you might not want to confront it. Some of your friends, your family, the people around you, they limit you. They're like, oh yeah, I'm making $10,000 a month. And you're like, oh wow, I want to make $10,000 a month. And now you just compared yourself to someone making more than you or less or whatever. And you just limited yourself right there and then. Because you're thinking about someone else's goal and based on someone else's reality. That is their life, their reality. Okay, so do not limit yourself. Remove all limitations. If money weren't an issue, if time weren't an issue, what goals and dreams would you want to achieve? What kind of income would you like to make? Ask yourself these questions. They're very important and they're going to make you think, by the way. But you should definitely be asking these kinds of questions.
Right. And I'm going to tell you guys, like, here's the thing. As Alex said, like, you have a great thing you want to go ahead and accomplish, but then again, you are stuck or you are reminded by someone else's reality and you're like, oh, he's making 8, I'm making 10. Oh, I'm good.
Or that, yeah.
Yeah, or maybe, oh my gosh, he's making 10, I want to make 10. Why does he have much more than me? And I'm gonna tell you, like, in when I used to work in corporate, the last place I worked in, I believe I was paid like 55,000 dirham a month. How much is that?
It's about $13,000, 13,000 US dollars a month.
So how much is that a year?
About 170.
See, I don't know why I wasn't accounting. Okay, so
160.
Let's say $160,000 dollars. Yeah. Okay, more or less a year, right? And I would be thinking, oh my God, I'm making more than other people. But I thought I'm richer. I have a farm. I have a nice house. I have a nice jewelry. Oh my goodness me. Yeah, I have all the bougie things. Oh my goodness, I can go anywhere I want. Okay, and then I go around people who are thinking better than me. So my reality was limited, right? I go to the 10X community. I remember the first time you and I met at that mastermind with the grant. I had, shout out to Rodolphe. Rodolphe behind me, he said that he was making 50 million US dollars. That's around 200 dirhams a year, huh? And I'm like, what? And then I hear another guy, he's making 20 million. Another person is making 10 million. I'm like, and I
was making 100 million.
Yeah.
With car washes.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah,
I forgot it. Shout out to you, brother. I don't remember your name.
I forget his name too.
Yeah, so shout out to you. So basically the idea was we came into an environment that uplifted our reality. Because I was not limited to 100. I'm like, what? I'm making 200,000, like 150,000 dirham, sorry, 560,000 a year, and other people are making that much money. What do they know that I don't know? What do they have that I don't have? What kind of access do they have that I don't have? You know, that's why since 2020, the money I made is equivalent to the past 5 years combined. Why? Because I am having access to people, to millionaires. Our mentor is a billionaire, Grant Cardone. He's a billionaire. And we are getting information from a billionaire who had to grind 35 years, and we just go there, pay maybe 10K for a mastermind, or a 25K to see him in Cabo, or 25K for Alex to see him in his house, US dollars.
Which was a year ago today, by the way.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, time flies. So you see, guys, what's happening here? You guys are, it expands your reality. I will pay any price today so I can pay any price tomorrow. It's a beautiful saying. You pay the price today so you can pay any price tomorrow. But many of us, you want to be stuck in your reality that limits you. I'm not worried. I mean, yes, I see the increase in oil prices. I'm not going to be worried about that because my previous environment used to worry about that. Alex and I don't say, oh my God, the price of oil went up. The thing is like, oh, we need to produce more then. You know, we don't say, oh my God, the prices of oil went up. We say, okay, you know what? Let's make more money.
What do we do about it?
What do we do about it? Exactly. And many people are stuck in a reality that has limited them. So when you think big, when you're thinking big, you are literally blowing that lid on your reality. There is everything is possible. You see possibility everywhere. You see money everywhere. You see opportunities everywhere. And guess what? You attract opportunities as well.
100%. One more thing I want to add before you go to the next thing is with that specifically, again, your environment. If everybody in your environment's worried about the gas prices, you're going to be worried about it. If everybody's worried about what mall they're going to go to this weekend, you're going to be worried about what mall to go to this weekend. You're going to spend 2 hours researching which mall should I go to. They'll have the same stores.
Yeah.
You're going to research which mall should I go to, which car dealership should I shop today, even though I'm completely broke. Okay, and I'm going to be looking at Nissans because that's all I can afford. You're thinking too small because it's partially because of your environment, and you're only allowed to think as big as your environment. So you have to put yourself in environments that are thinking massive, like we have. Like when I went to Grant's house, immediately he flew his helicopter up to the balcony, and that right there, I'm like, I'm 10xing my goals right now. Why not?
Right.
So one of my goals was 4.6 billion in real estate. I changed it to 46.1 billion in real estate. $46 billion in real estate. I write that down every day, twice a day, because I know that that's going to solve the money problems. And I'm actually going to help a lot of kids with that type of money passively.
Yes.
Okay. So I was just like, I'm thinking too small again. So I 10x the goal. I'm like, why not? If money weren't an issue, what goals would I want to achieve? Well, helping over a billion kids with education. And then I added shelter and food and water to that, of course, because they need that as well. But my point here is put yourself in environments where it's like insanely like thinking big, like you're almost like, is this even possible? And then they start telling their stories and you're like, oh yeah, it's possible.
Yeah.
So that's all I wanted to add is just
a quick thing on
insane.
that. Every single person who've seen them, who we know them as millionaires or billionaires, they came from nothing. Like they had nothing. And when we saw that and we saw our lives, we're like, we can do that too. We can still do that too. The great thing that we have access to information that those billionaires and millionaires didn't have access to. And we are investing the time, effort, and energy, and we are working toward that. And we're going to be blessed. And we're going to bless people with that, with everything, with the experience, with the money, with the education, everything else that we have.
100%.
All right.
Miriam's got a good one here next, so be ready.
Brace for impact. Okay, I love this one. Okay. Ooh. Oh my God, I need my note. Where's my notebook? Never mind. From yesterday, I had the definitions of them. Never mind.
Yeah, it's all good.
So okay. When you think massive, it gets clear in your head what your intentions are and how you get attention. What is an intention? When you say I have an intention, means I have a desire or a plan to do something. An intention, my desire, my plan is to do this. When you're thinking big, when I'm thinking big, we say, you know what, Alex and I, we say, you know what, this week we're gonna make 100K. We're gonna make $100,000 this week. We don't say, again, we don't get to start, oh my God, how? Oh my goodness, how is it gonna happen? What if it doesn't happen? Oh my God, the higher the fly, the harder the fall. What is it? The higher the...
Yeah, I'm not, the higher, yeah, it's something like that. The higher the spike, the harder the fall, or something like that.
Yeah. We don't think like that.
No.
You know, like, how do we get to that number, right?
That's a dangerous way to think.
I know, right?
There
is a saying.
The higher you climb, the harder you fall.
Thank you, Wi-Fi. Yeah. So again, nobody says the higher you fly, the more you can see and soar and whatever. You know, nobody. Some of these sayings, seriously, we need to burn them.
You're literally putting a condition. You're like, that's what's going to happen to me. I'm going to fall after I get really high.
Right?
You really want to do that?
Right. So here's what happens when you set clear intentions. So when you think big, you set a clear intentions. My intention is to make this. My intention is to go to the gym. My intention today is to reach 1,000 new people. My intention today is to help 20 people find their purpose. My intention. And when you say my intention, you say, don't say my intention, but maybe. The minute you put doubt, guess what? It's gonna go. The minute you put a doubt toward that intention, I promise you it's gonna disappear. Because you are in this, some of you guys are listening to us and you are maybe, oh wow, that sounds possible. And then, but I'm not in Miami like Mariam. But I don't have the money. I don't have the experience. How am I gonna get there? So you put conditions, right? The minute you put conditions on your life, it's not gonna happen. You know, like the higher the fall, the harder the higher you climb, the harder the fall. We have something in Arabic as well. You know.
Yeah.
Never. It's all about birds. I don't know. We have a lot of sayings in Arabic about birds. I'll get the exact translation later. So this is the first thing that happens when you think big. You get the right intentions. The second thing that happens at the same moment, the minute you think big and you have your intention on something, you get attention. What does attention mean? I'm getting attention. It means I'm getting interest from you. I'm getting an interest from you fixed on me right now. You are listening to me. You are watching me. You are watching whether you are watching the live or you're watching the recording right now. You're listening to me. You're watching me. You are observing me. So an attention means when I'm getting your attention, I am getting your interest on me right now. So the minute you think big, you set your intentions. My intention today is I want more people to come into my ecosystem so I can help them find their purpose. For that, I need to get attention. And I get attention so many different ways. Today, this is one way to get attention. And by the way, attention could be steamy hot, or it could be like cold, but it's attention. When someone look at you, like some of you guys keep watching and you see Mariam and Alex every day. When you guys come to an Instagram live, when you see us posting every day, that's, by the way, that's a study, that's a strategy that we studied. We learned this from Uncle G, you know? And we know something. Oh, you know what? I'll leave it to number 5. I leave that one to you, okay? So it is the more you get known, the more people, when you think massive, you set that intention, you'll find ways to get attention. I get attention all the time, you know? And I get attention even in times I didn't want to get attention, but I did. So there's no such thing as bad attention, right? It's attention. When I took my scarf off, I got attention, you know, more than I thought I would get. When I married this guy, I got attention.
Yes. I like
okay. when there was one photo I posted, I need to post it again. I posted today. There's one photo I posted of me and Alex kissing on our wedding day, and it was not very clear. The kiss was not very clear. It was like shallow, romantic, you know. And that was the most shared photo of my whole life in social media. Okay, that was February 2nd, 2022, this year. People looked at it, some people hated it, and they started to, oh my God, look at this girl. She doesn't value her culture. She left her religion. Oh my God, you know, oh my goodness, she have no manners. Oh my goodness, look what she's doing. Oh yes, she's hanging around Americans now, and blah, blah, blah. There were people who were hating on it and sharing it. My goodness, the most shared photo as well. But it got me attention. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that this will happen. I mean, I know people say congratulations, but people also hated on it. And by the way, hate is another form of admiration, as Grant would say, and it's energy. It's waves, guys. It's waves. Every time someone hates on you, no, it's some kind of a wave. It's something. Use it. Use it when your haters like hate on you. Book the haters. Oh. And sometimes I just say, go to DM them. Thank you so much for coming again to my life today. What's your purpose? You know, so the idea is it's energy, it's attention, you know. So when you're thinking massive, you get certain intentions toward the things that you want to accomplish financially, in business, in life, in relationships, right? And when you get that intention, you get the attention. You get the attention desire. The attention. And some of you guys, maybe today, even if you watch me a little bit and leave, and then, or maybe someone just say, oh, Mariam is live again. Who's Mariam? Oh, Alex and Mariam are live again. They have this show called Clear and Conquer. Look at her. Look, this is her account. Miss Mariam and Ali. Alex, that's the part. I'm just doing indirect marketing. Okay? So they come to you, they see you. Attention is a desired something that you desire to get with the intention. Intention is a desire. Attention, it means that you have, like, I'm blanking out here. Attention, it means that you have
a strong notice.
You have a strong notice. You have a strong interest towards someone, and your attention, your focus, your interest is fixed on them. I love this topic.
Yeah, 100%. And intention is something that isn't just like a loose thing that you do. Like, my intention is to watch Clear and Conquer live, or my intention is to make $1 million. Like, you have to put a stake in the ground. My intention is to help 1 billion kids with education. How am I going to do it? My intention is to help 1 billion kids with education. How am I going to do it? My intention is to help 1 billion kids with education. That's a direct line and focus. Like, when I state that, I need to have 100% conviction in myself and put my attention straight towards doing that. Okay? If you put your intention on something, you need to put your intention on it with strength. Okay? If you flex your muscles, do you just go like, huh? Like, or like, huh? You know, do you go like this? No, you need to like actually flex your.
Next level,
okay?
You have to flex your muscles.
Yeah. Okay.
I think you bicep right there. Sorry.
Yeah. Anyways, like, having a strong focus, like having a strength of focus on something and putting your full attention on something is completely different than halving something. Like, when I do something, I have to put my full attention and intention on it. Attention and intention. Okay, intention is putting a stake in the ground. Attention is putting a strong notice on something. It means you are focusing straight ahead. All these distractions can come up, and you're like, no, I need to go there. Okay, hey, Mariam, can you handle this? I am going here. Okay, hey, William, could you help us with this? We're going right here. We need to go here right now. Like, that is a full intention and attention on something. One thing I learned at the very first mastermind that I went to with Grant Cardone, I met Mariam there. I met Rudolph there. Like, it was the same mastermind that Mariam was just talking about, where people were talking in hundreds of millions. Grant said, we each paid $10,000. This is the biggest thing that I paid $10,000 and got out of this mastermind. Okay, so I'm going to share it with all of you. Focus 95% of your attention on the goals and only 5% on the mechanics.
go.
Okay? Again, focus 95% of your attention on the goals and only 5% on the mechanics, the how, the little problems, the little things that you're stuck in right now.
Yeah.
Guys, that's tiny. This is about thinking massive, not worrying about your little pity. Oh, poor me. This is happening to me. The gas prices. You need to take control of your life. Get serious. Stop being a baby. I'm going to be very direct with you, but this is the truth. You have to stop that. You have to be focusing on your goals, your targets, where you're going, not about where you're stuck in right now. And obviously enjoy the present moment. I'm not saying not to do that. Enjoy everything that you're doing right now. Okay? But when you start dwelling on it, worrying about it, being fearful about it, okay? Dragging yourself down, going down a spiral, that is not okay. Okay? And that's why you have to focus your attention and intentions so much that it's like putting every effort into that direction.
Yes.
That everything else is kind of quiet.
Right.
Like you're going straight ahead, and you need to keep on going straight ahead. So Grant keeps on saying, keep moving forward. And the rear view mirror is 6 inches. Your windshield is a whole lot more than 6 inches. There's probably a reason. You shouldn't be looking so much in the rearview mirror of life. You should be looking straight ahead.
Let's go. Let's go, Preach that, Stephen. I love that. Let's go, guys.
I'm just saying, it's very important.
Yeah.
Man, like you need to get the intention and what you're putting your attention on down to absolute T, where there's no more doubt anymore. Starve the doubt of that. Okay. All right. So
number 5. My goodness.
I really like, you guys need to get that down. But number 5 is it's going to bring you money. And what we're talking about is thinking massive. Okay. If you are thinking again, in terms of making $100,000 a year, that is thinking way too small. Okay. If you're thinking about making $100,000 a year, you will burn out 100%, hands down, because you're working for pretty much continuing to keep the same standard of living paycheck to paycheck still, because you haven't gotten rid of your buying habits.
Right.
Like you're still going to the mall, you're still buying cars when you don't have any money right now. What makes you think that at $100,000 you're gonna not do that anymore?
Wow.
Okay, so literally thinking massive is going to make you more money. Your actual problem is you're thinking in terms of making rent next month. You're thinking about like the bills that you have to pay. You're thinking of the credit card debt that you are behind on. That's what you're thinking about. That's what you're putting your attention on. So that is what you're going to get. Now, if you think, let's say you have $10,000 a month in debt that you have to handle, or just basic expenses, what would happen if you 10x that number, or even 5x it if you want, and are making $50,000 to $100,000 a month? What would that do to your standard of living, your lifestyle, your family, you could even buy more cat food for your cat, right? If you want to do that.
More quality cat food.
Yes,
Yeah.
The organic kind of cat food.
Yeah.
Right? So guess what that does to your life? And then you're like, man, what would I even do? Like you can't even think about what you even do with an extra 1.1 million, right? So this kind of thinking is going to help you dream bigger. You're going to be able to be like, oh my gosh, if I had this much, I could put half of it towards real estate. And then you start doing the math on real estate. And then you're like, man, by the age of 50, I could have about $20 million. Or if you're 50, by the age of 65, I could have about 20 million. Or if you're 65, by the age of, if I really want to accelerate it, I'm going to put all of it towards an investment in the next 5 years. And I'm going to have 20 million by the age of 70. Or by the age of 70, right? It just starts to become math. But the point here is the thinking big is what's going to get you there. If you don't take that first step and you're thinking in terms of the paychecks and all this little, the small things, you're going to stay stuck there. Guaranteed. That is a guarantee by Alexander Zastrel.
Let's go.
You're going to stay stuck.
Let's go. And here's the thing, guys. I'm going to tell you this, like, I'm going to be very honest. I used to think that 1 million dirham is a lot of money. How much is 1 million dirham? 1 million dirham is $250,000 US dollars, a little bit less.
Like a yearly, right?
Yeah, I used to think that. I used to think, oh my God, if I make 1 million dirham.
Or just in total?
In total, yes. If I'm going to have 1 million dirham in my bank account,
oh, yeah.
I'm rich.
Mm-hmm.
And many people actually think that, and they think 1 million is a lot of money, which is 250,000 US dollars, a lot of money. When you are around people who are thinking big, you realize that's nothing. That's one deal. That's two deals, right? That you can close with maybe corporate organizations or maybe of like a high net worth client, whatever it is that your service that you're providing. It's two deals or one deal. And think about it, guys. The smaller you think, the more you're gonna attract people who think small. Yes, you could be in an environment of people who are thinking small about money, but also you could be the one attracting people thinking small. In my previous, like in previous environments I had, people would just be thinking about, oh my god, how much it's gonna cost. And there was also, I had a group of people who will be thinking about only spenders, spending, how much should I spend on the bag and on the I remember going out with my friends twice a month just to hang out. We just blow up money, we go to the mall twice or three times a month together as the besties, and the besties, we go to the Fashion Avenue. It's a beautiful place in Dubai Mall, right? And then we just go buy designer bags, and we just started working like 3-4 years ago. But again, because we think, oh my god, this is how people will know that we are rich and we are valued. But that was not bringing us money. The bag never brought me money. Nobody will respect me because I have a Gucci. People want to know what I did for them. We don't want to be remembered by the jet and by the mansion, everything else that we will get in our lives, because we know we're gonna get it. Right? We will be remembered for the impact that we have created in this universe. Right? So again, I'm gonna tell you, when you think big, you come up with even more strategies to make money. It's insane. Because instead of you trying to figure out, oh my god, how much money do I have to make this month to cover the cost? That's why you're not getting rich. That's why you're not getting anywhere further from where you've been, because all what you've been thinking about is that lead. Oh my god, it cost me $5,000 for me to live a standard. If I only make $5,000 this month, I will be good. I will be able to pay rent. I will be able to pay for groceries. I will be able to pay for the baby. I will be able to do all that. 5,000 is good. 20,000 dirhams. It's fine. I'm good. I don't want anything else. But then when you think massive, you say, you know what? I don't want this to be a problem. I don't want to think about the cost, as again what Grant mentioned to you.
Yep.
95% of your focus should be going on making money. 5% on the cost. Alex and I, we have this exercise. If you guys are in our accountability group, shout out to you guys in the accountability group. We shared with them the techniques that we use, where we actually spend a little bit of time on our finances, on our cost, how much is our expenses, how much went for the business, how much went for this project, and 95% on how can we make more money now?
Mm-hmm.
How is these projects going? Do we need to do something? Do we need to go to a training? Do we need to follow up? Do we need to go meet them? What do we need to do to make money? And I'm gonna tell you, this is what now I understand more than ever in my life what my dad was telling me before. You have to learn how to make it. He said, make the dirham. The dirham is the UAE currency, right? Make the dollar, make your own dollar. Don't wait for a salary by the end of the month only. Have other sources of income. My dad has been telling me this for a very long time. Wow. That's why Daddy loves Grant Cardone. Because finally someone who can put some money sense into your mind. Right? So it's guys, so the bigger you think, the more money will come. Nothing will happen by you thinking small. Everything is gonna be like before, and we know that all side graphs fall.
Yeah, 100%. So here's the thing. I see some of you commenting too. This is something that you should make a part of your life. Okay, and Michael, I completely can relate to that. Like, I've definitely been a part of those environments as well, and you will continue to be 100% transparent. You will continue to be in that trap as long as you allow yourself to be in that environment. And everything in life is a choice. A lot of choices like this are extremely difficult. And with family, different thing. We talk about family in my accountability group. We actually talked about this last weekend.
Right.
But with this, I highly encourage you, anybody that is in this type of environment, to be a part of our environment.
Let's go.
We have our accountability group. Miriam has people that find their definite purpose in life. we have a lot of different environments, but the biggest one I would recommend is being inside of our accountability group, because that is a group of people that is very exclusive. I've seen Tanya in here. Tanya's in here right now, and she would be able to tell you any information you want to know about it, but it's very exclusive. It's only about 40 people, okay? And we keep it exclusive because the reason is because we don't want 10,000 people in this group specifically, because then we can't work with them.
Right.
Okay, so it's a mentorship community where we mentor you weekly. I also hold you accountable every single day. So I have reminders for you. I have tips for you every single day. I hold you accountable every day. And this is going to be something that is a reminder every single day, okay? To where you can learn how to, or even be in the right environment, but also learn how to apply things in your life that you may not be applying right now, okay? So definitely up to you, Michael. I see you commenting if you want to join, but I definitely highly recommend you have a conversation with us, and we'll definitely help you out with anything that we can. And that goes for everybody. Like, this is a group of people that is with us, okay?
Right.
And we take results very seriously. One thing that Miriam and I do, we inspire people a lot, and we love inspiring people, but we also want them to get actual results.
For sure.
And that is actually senior to the inspiration, because that is what will actually change your life, the results. So our intention and attention goes 100% directly to your results in this group specifically. Okay, my direct line is, how can I help them get more results in their life? I'm always thinking about that for everybody in the group. And my intention is to actually help change the quality of their life and create generational wealth for them, their family, and their community.
I'm gonna tell you guys, like, one thing that people mainly join this accountability group for is because they want to be around the right environment. They are sick of being around people who tell them you cannot do it.
Yeah.
It is not possible. I'm going to be posting a video today about this. Like, they told you not possible, and they told you have these amazing dreams and you have these amazing ambitions, and you want to go ahead and make more money. You want to go ahead and expand. You want to go ahead and do more. But then someone tells you, no, Habibti, you cannot do it. Who told you can? It's COVID-19. The economy is tanking. The price of oil is going up. And because you are hanging around those people, you cannot accomplish anything. That is the proudest thing we have about our accountability group. People who come into our accountability group, they get results. And the reason they get results is because we don't only inspire you, because I'm telling you, if we inspired you by 2-3 words or 2-3 statements, you're going to leave this life, you're going to go back to your old environment. And most likely, they're not supporting you, because I promise you, if you had an environment that supports you, you would be conquering right now. I had to let go of so many people in my life, and some of them, they had to go, because here's the thing. When you outgrow your environment, 2 things happen. When you outgrow your environment, 2 things happen. Some people will fall. Some people will fall. They will not handle that you are growing much higher than them. And the second thing that will happen is you might want to look for a new environment yourself. I would like to share a story. I don't know if I ever shared the story of Gary Thomas O'Neill.
No.
My professor when I was 17.
Mm-mm.
Okay, now this is the story that changed Maryam Isa Al-Ali.
So.
One of the stories. Because I was growing and everybody around me was not growing. So I'm going to tell you, and I will also embed culture into this, because maybe people here in the west side of the world, maybe they don't get it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So me, Maryam Al-Ali, before the age of 17, I was growing up with my grandmother. When my grandmother goes, I go. And I hang out to her. Abaya is like the black garment, right? I would be going ahead around her. Wherever granny goes, I go. Whatever his granny is, Maryam is, right? 17, I go to college. And I remember, imagine someone who comes like from, I was always just going to school, going home. There was nothing going on, no shopping, not hanging out, nothing, no makeup, nothing. I remember I started wearing jeans when I was 19 under my abaya, so my grandmother will not see me. So it was a little bit of a conservative household I was growing in, right? So I go to university, I'm 17, and I meet my professors who come from so many different parts of the world. From the US, from Australia, from Europe, from Singapore, from Korea, from China, from India. And I'm like, oh my God. So imagine someone like me, like, I've never had that experience. So I started sitting with my professors. I would just go and I would know them by name. Hi, Mr. Tim. Hi, Mr. Gary. Hi, Miss Cynthia. Hi, Miss Erin. So I would know their names and I would just go hi, say hi to them. And I was known between the professors as the social butterfly because I was going around saying hello to everyone. And I remember I'm the only student in the whole campus who would sit with the professors during lunch. I remember one time I had like the professors and I would be sitting with them and I would just be chatting with them and having conversation with them. I was expanding, I was growing, I was learning. And now look what happened. One of the girls, one of my friends, she couldn't talk to me about it. She bothered her because culturally, it's not acceptable that you are sitting with a man. He's a man. He's not your teacher. He's a man. You're sitting with a man on campus. It's not right. And my campus was all girls campus, right? The professors, some of them were from women and women. So here's what happened. One of the girls, she said, Mariam, I need to talk to you. She's my friend's friend. Who they're not my friends anymore, by the way. They came and they said to me, one of them, she said to me, Mariam, what you are doing is culturally inappropriate. You are literally sitting with men. I'm like, those are my professors. No, Mariam, you don't do that. By the way, if you have the guts to sit with the professor on campus, you will have the guts to date him outside. And Habibi, for those who don't understand this in the Western world, this is like a no in my culture. Like you don't date, no dating, nothing. It's not allowed. It's not part of it. It's not accepted in any form or whatsoever. If there is not like an engagement or a marriage contract signed, you don't hang out with a man just like that. And someone just thought about my professor just like that. So here's what happened. I felt shocked. I felt the shock. And then I went to who? I went to Mr. Gary Thomas only. Until today, I remember him. He was my English teacher at that time. And I went to him, I'm like, Mr. Gary, people accusing me of dating. And I don't do that because for me, I thought it's bad and it's not accepted culturally. Oh my God, people thinking I'm dating. What am I doing? Am I doing something wrong? He said, do you think you're doing something wrong? I'm like, I personally don't think I'm doing anything wrong. You know what he said? He says, Mariam, listen. All roses grow in a certain height. When one rose tries to outreach the other roses, they try to chop it off to make it equal to everyone else. You are the rose that is outgrowing her environment. Don't allow anyone to chop you off. That's Mariam Al-Ali 18 years ago. One statement from Gary Thomas O'Neill that made me realize I'm not doing anything wrong. It is when you are outgrowing your environment, people will find reasons why you are wrong. When you're thinking about making money, people will find reasons why you are wrong. Oh, you're greedy. Oh my gosh, be grateful for what you have. When trying to go ahead and open a business, and some people will try to criticize that, is because they think they are right and you are wrong. So when you are thinking big, don't apologize. Don't apologize for thinking big. Don't apologize that you have big dreams. And seek environments of people who will help you think big. Other than that, I'm going to tell you, you're going to be stuck with an environment that tells you and dictates how your future should be. So think massive. Because when you think massive, you're going to outgrow your current environment, and that's okay. And that's okay. You're going to find a new environment who will embrace you, who will love you. I have my amazing friends in UAE. Shout out to one of my amazing friends. Her name is Amira Shaybani, a close friend of mine. I found that environment. I found an environment with a husband who supports me and supports my growth and supports my thinking big. We have the amazing Wi-Fi powering our Clear and Conquer Live and his wife, Nathalie. We have Gary, Breka, and Sage. I have my sister, Arya. I have Autumn and Sean. So do not be afraid to outgrow your environment and for people walking away. Because I promise you, when you're thinking big and you know that you are destined for greatness and there is something bigger for you out there, do not apologize because you want to think big and you want to achieve more. It is the people who want to go ahead and get more of that, you're going to attract, and the people who you don't want to attract.
100%. Stop letting people drag you down, guys. Like 100%. So here's the thing. If you got a ton of value from this, this is something that we're doing every single Tuesday, and you'll hear stories like this that are going to help you. You're going to hear actual knowledge that you can use immediately and apply. Okay, so we go live every single Tuesday at noon Eastern and 8 p.m. UAE time. And the reason why we do this, the whole reason behind this, is to get you information that you wouldn't be getting from your environment, right? And it's going to help you actually transform into who you want to become. Because what you're doing right now is just living someone else's reality. Like, you're living everybody else's dreams, everybody else's opinions, everything that they're telling you, everything that her friends were telling her, that was their opinion, their reality, the way they think. It has nothing to do with Mariam. Okay, so you need to be in environments that are going to allow you to blossom instead of limiting you from blossoming, right? So join us every single Tuesday. And I don't know if you have anything else to add, but
yeah, think big, guys. And if you have
Yes.
an environment that doesn't support you, because I promise you, many of you guys, if not 99% of you guys, you don't have an environment that is supporting you, because you'll be much farther in life. So let us know. Comment, and whatever you are watching us here on YouTube or Facebook, comment, and we're gonna go ahead and help you guys with that. We're gonna help you get into our environment, because until when you're gonna be around an environment hoping that they're gonna change? I'm gonna tell you, maybe they will never change. Maybe they do, but why do you have to wait for their approval for you to go ahead and gain the rights for your existence?
100%. So you can join us in our mentorship community, our accountability, find your definite purpose with Mariam. Just reach out to us, like Mariam said. Message us on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, or clearandconquer.com/contact is even better.
Thank you.
See, that's why we have amazing friends to make things more effective. That's one of the reasons. Anyways, thank you so much for joining today. Think really big. Do not allow yourself to get limited by these tiny little problems you're having right now, and allow yourself to think based off of who you are going to become. Okay? Thank you, everybody, for joining, and be great. Have a blessed rest of your week.
Take care, guys. Have a good one.